Coming up, Governor Kim Reynolds has a decision to make about a bill that could allow medical professionals to refuse certain services.
Fresh off the press, a national company that started in Iowa City signals further expansion.
The Iowa women's basketball season has come to a close.
Warm weather is on the horizon, but it might not last forever. I'll have a look at your full forecast and weather.
All that and more
coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. It is Wednesday, March 25th. I'm Julia Rhodes.
And I'm Kenna Murtis.
And the third member of our team, Kayla Smith, is live outside with today's forecast.
Kayla, I know we just had spring break and it's now officially spring. Does that mean things will start warming up?
Yes, ladies, things will definitely be warming up this week, giving us the perfect spring weather. I'm here live outside of the Adler Journalism Building, where it is currently about 48 degrees. Definitely a little bit chilly for what I'm wearing, but luckily the sun seems to be starting to peek through those clouds. Taking a look out onto the Penncrest, today is going to be an absolutely gorgeous day, so get those shorts out because it's going to be getting into those high 70s with some partly cloudy skies before hitting those 50s at night. As for tomorrow, the warm temperatures will continue as the high reaches below 70s, and I would definitely recommend taking advantage of these warm temperatures because, as I said earlier, it is not going to last forever. So I'll have the rest of the week's forecast later on for you. Julia and Kenna, back to you.
Healthcare providers could be getting a choice on who they serve.
DITV's Hannah Fideli is live in the newsroom with the latest. Hannah?
That's right, ladies. A bill is heading to Governor Reynolds' desk for signing right now. The bill gives medical professionals the right to refuse services going against their moral, ethical, or religious beliefs, with exceptions for emergency medical care. The bill is aimed to protect medical professionals and keep them in Iowa, but opponents argue the bill legalizes discrimination. We'll keep you updated on this tremendous bill that could have massive effects across the state. For now, Hannah Fideli, DITV.
A restaurant that started local in Iowa City is looking to grow.
We have DITV's Ryan Lynch live with the company's first location.
Well, Julia and Kenna, the Iowa City-based Pancheo's Mexican Grill signed a new franchise agreement with Mex Midwest. The deal includes a plan for 2 new locations in northern Illinois. Mex Midwest operates franchises for several different brands, and this agreement gives the company a connection to an Iowa City original. Pancheo's started in Iowa City in 1992, and its location in downtown is its first ever. The founder says the deal will help future expansion for the brand. The restaurant now has 74 locations across 12 states. And while the deal may not expand the Iowa City company's footprint nationwide, it reinforces its hold in the Midwest. Live from downtown Iowa City, Ryan Lynch, DITV.
Thanks, Ryan. And coming up later, the Iowa women's basketball season comes to a close. Iowa men's basketball team moves on. Updates on the Diamond Sports and more. All that after the break.
All right, and thank you for tuning in. And now let's send it back out to Kayla for the rest of the week's forecast.
Kayla, what are those temperatures looking like?
Are going to have to fall down before they get back up, right? Taking a final look out onto the Penncrest, Friday is going to be feeling more like fall than spring with a high in the upper 40s with some clouds in the sky. Saturday is going to slowly bring us back up to the mid 50s and a low in the 40s, but Sunday, that is going to be my personal favorite day of the week for weather this week because the high is going to get just below 70s and it's just going to keep getting warmer and warmer because Monday is going to hit the low 80s before dropping to the mid 50s. Finally, Tuesday is going to get us just a few degrees cooler, getting up into the high 70s. And you know, guys, I think we might start to see the Penncrest start to repopulate this week. So who knows? You might see me on the steps of that old Capitol building with a good book in my hand. Reporting live from the Adler Journalism Building, Kayla Smith, DITV.
Thanks, Kayla. I know my commute to work this morning was definitely a little bit warmer than it has been in the past few weeks.
And now that it's March, Morgan, tell us a little bit about that madness.
Yeah, Kenna, March is definitely an exciting month for all things Iowa sports, but for one team, its journey has come to an end. DITV's Elise Gann witnessed the Iowa women's basketball team fall in March Madness, ending its season.
The scenes of Carver Hawkeye Arena went from fans on their feet filling the place with noise to hands behind heads and tears rolling down cheeks. The magic of March is over for the Iowa women's basketball team as it lost in the round of 32 for the second year in a row. Any loss in March is painful, but a loss like this one is a different kind of pain, as 10th seeded Virginia took an 83-75 upset win, not in regulation, not in overtime, but in double overtime, sending Iowa packing on its own home court.
We had a really tremendous year that ended really with a disappointing moment.
The Hawkeyes' gameplay in the round of 64 was nothing short of ugly, and their goal of turning the page did not succeed against the Cavaliers. All confidence in the three-point shot was lost as nothing was falling for the Hawks yet again. The team shot 5 for 29 from deep while also struggling on the floor overall, unable to finish crucial layups and free throws.
But when you look at categories that need to happen, the free throws, the shooting percentage, that hurts.
There was a brief period of fresh air in the third quarter as the Hawkeyes went on a run, hitting 2 of their 5 threes, but Virginia was relentless, going on a run of its own and keeping things close.
Virginia, hats off. They came in here, and sometimes when you're that underdog, March, most people cheer for the underdog.
We had 20 more shots taken, and they were just more efficient than us.
It remained that way until Virginia eventually pulled away in double overtime, leaving the Hawkeyes in the dust.
It's been a lot of fun, and just spending time with these. You could make me cry. Spending time with these girls has been such a blessing to me.
Overall, a heck of a year.
The Hawkeyes will close out the season with a 27-7 record and say farewell to their senior company. From Carver Hawkeye Arena from the last time this season, Elise Gann, DITV Sports.
But in brighter news for Iowa basketball, the men's team has shocked the world, moving on to the Sweet 16. Incoming as they head to Houston to face their biggest rival, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Iowa and Nebraska faced off twice in the regular season, splitting the series 1-1 with both teams winning in their respective homes. Now the foes will face off on neutral grounds with the intention of moving on to the Elite Eight. The battle will take place tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. And heading outdoors, the Iowa softball team swept St. Thomas in a doubleheader duel yesterday afternoon. The Hawks started off strong, taking a 4-1 victory in Game 1. They continued that momentum throughout Game 2, walking off the Tommies to take a 4-3 victory. And the Iowa baseball team hopped on the winning trend, defeating the Illinois State Redbirds last night. In their victory, the Hawkeyes collected 11 runs from their 11 hits, while leaving the Redbirds scoreless and only allowing 3 hits. Iowa hopes to use this win to prepare them to face #1 UCLA for a 3-game series this upcoming weekend. This week, the Iowa football team hosted its annual Pro Day, where NFL scouts come to watch graduating Hawkeyes perform in combine-style drills. Tight end Hayden Large isn't projected to get drafted, but discussed how playing both tight end and fullback could attract his talent to NFL teams.
Just knowing more, you just learn more about the game if you can do more things. So, like if you ask offensive linemen, like all those offensive linemen are learning to play multiple positions, just because if you can do more, you're more valuable. So. Sure.
And guys, this past season, Mark Gronowski tied the Big Ten record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in the season with 16. And most recently was named to the 2026 East-West Shrine Bowl. MVP Gronowski touched on his versatility as both a runner and a passer, and how his abilities can fit well in NFL offenses.
Take chances with your legs as well when you get the opportunities to. You see it more and more now that teams want a guy that can move and be mobile, because it just adds a huge element to the game that defenses have to account for that they're not going to be ready for.
All right, well, thanks for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We're live Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at thedailyiowan.com.
For all of us, thanks for watching. We'll see you again on Friday morning right here on DITV.
Also coming up, we will be hosting the School of Journalism's One Day for Iowa live stream, where you can donate to DITV.
Be sure to tune in where DITV will be featured. Thanks for watching.